This is gonna blow your mind. Russia just issued a nuclear warning that could change the fate of the Middle East. If you want to stay ahead of global events, make sure to subscribe, like, comment your thoughts, and share this video with your friends. On June 18, 2025, Russia issued a blunt warning to the world: do not supply Iran with nuclear weapons or the means to make them. Kremlin spokeswoman Maria Zakharova declared the situation millimeters from catastrophe, making it clear Moscow would not tolerate nuclear escalation in the Middle East. This warning followed a major Israeli bombing campaign targeting Iran's nuclear facilities, pushing the region to the edge. Russia's message was both a plea for de-escalation and a declaration of its own interests as a global power. The Kremlin sees nuclear proliferation near its borders as a direct threat to its security. Moscow's warning aimed to deter any nation from secretly aiding Iran's nuclear ambitions and to reinforce Russia's role as a key player in future negotiations. The irony: while Russia warns others, it remains Iran's main partner in civilian nuclear energy. By controlling the flow of nuclear technology, Russia positions itself as both supplier and gatekeeper. This move is about influence, ensuring any nuclear activity in Iran stays under Moscow's watch. Russia wants to prevent a scenario where the situation spirals out of its control. The stakes are high, and Moscow is determined to shape the outcome. The world is watching, and the next moves could determine the region's fate. Russia's warning is a signal: the nuclear balance in the Middle East is at a tipping point. Russia and Iran's alliance is rooted in decades of shared opposition to the West. Iran's support for Russia's war in Ukraine, supplying thousands of Shahed drones, has deepened their military ties. In Syria, their cooperation helped keep Bashar al-Assad in power, showing their ability to project power together. Russia built and operates Iran's only nuclear power plant, Bushehr, supplying all the enriched uranium and maintaining oversight. This partnership gives Moscow leverage over Iran's nuclear ambitions, while allowing Tehran to claim peaceful intent. Russia profits economically and gains geopolitical influence, but is wary of Iran crossing the line to nuclear weapons. Moscow supports Iran's civilian nuclear program, but wants to keep the region stable and itself in control. The alliance is powerful, but fraught with tension and mutual suspicion. Israel's bombing of Iranian nuclear sites in June 2025 brought the region to the brink of war. Russian personnel at the Bushehr plant were suddenly in danger, forcing Moscow to act fast. Russia struck a deal with Israel to protect over 200 Russian nuclear specialists, highlighting the tangled alliances at play. Evacuations began immediately, with Rosatom confirming staff were being pulled out. The move signaled Russia's fear of a catastrophic attack and the real risk of a nuclear incident. Moscow's priority: prevent disaster, protect its people, and maintain its influence in Iran's nuclear future. The crisis exposed just how precarious Russia's position is, caught between allies and adversaries. Despite Iran's claims of peaceful intent, many experts believe its nuclear program is designed to keep weapons options open. Russia's role as Iran's nuclear supplier complicates the picture, especially after a new deal to build more reactors. For Moscow, the agreement is a show of support for Tehran and a signal to the West. The world fears a breakdown of the Nuclear Non-Proliferation Treaty and a Middle East arms race. If Iran goes nuclear, others like Saudi Arabia and Turkey may follow, raising the risk of a regional nuclear conflict. Russia's warning is a reminder of how fragile global peace is and how high the stakes have become. Moscow is trying to balance its alliance with Iran, its own security, and the risk of a wider war. The decisions made now could determine whether the region steps back from the brink or plunges into chaos.